Hey y'all, cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. This afternoon in my kitchen, I'm gonna put together some sauerkraut. I love sauerkraut. I love it with like kielbasa sausage or with beef wieners. I like it on a hot dog. I'm gonna get this core. I've already washed my cabbage. Get this core out. And I'm gonna cut this up. I have washed it and I took the outer leaves off, and I'm gonna keep those. So I'm gonna put those on top of it to push it down into the jars. You'll see what I'm talking about in just a minute. Let me get this baby cut. I'm gonna just kind of cut this into pieces. Because I want to shred mine or cut it as thin as I can get it. Doesn't have to be thin, but I think it'll take up less space in the jar and be nice and thin when I take it out to eat it. Anyway, this is called a ferment, and I'm going to ferment mine for about 2 weeks. And then I'm gonna taste it and see if it's how I like it. All right, let me see here. What's the best way to do this? Let's try like this. Great way to preserve your cabbage when cabbage season is in. Ooh, lost some. Shocker. It's a nice quiet afternoon here. Beautiful weather. I'm gonna do this whole head. And I'm gonna use wide mouth mason jars to put mine in. And then I can keep some for me and maybe give some away as a gift. My mom and daddy love cabbage about any way you want to fix it. All you're going to need is cabbage and some salt to do this. Two little ingredients. I like it when it's nice and quiet in my kitchen. It's soothing. Of course, I like it when the kids are here too, and it's loud and crazy, but it's kind of nice this afternoon. It's looking pretty good. All right, I'm gonna take these big pieces and just put them to the side. Tear up these little pieces and get them in the kraut. I would love to know how y'all eat sauerkraut. What do you eat it with? It's really good for the gut. So even if you just ate it out of the jar, it's supposed to be really good for digestion. Okay, now here's what we're gonna do. Get this over here where I can reach it. I'm gonna put some salt on here. And I'm gonna start with just a teaspoon. Two teaspoons. 3 teaspoons. 4. This is probably about a half teaspoon to be honest. We'll do 6. Anyway, you're gonna need some salt. And that is, you know, how much you like salt, I don't know. I'm a salty girl, I like it. But the salt's gonna help break down this cabbage. And you can see it's gonna start taking the moisture out of the cabbage. So you just wanna work it with your hands. Can't hurt it. And I can feel the moisture coming out of it. Let's see if there's any moisture in the bottom of this yet. Not yet. It's coming. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. Again, you want to add enough salt that the salt starts to break this down. My best good friend Winifred and my Uncle Jeff love sauerkraut, so this would be a nice thing to take over there to them. Okay, it's starting to feel really moist here. Let's see if I can get any to wring out. Nope. And what we're going to do is once we get it mixed up and it feels really wet, and sometimes you can even, you know, pick up a handful and wring it out. Let me taste it and see if that's enough salt for me. It is. It's plenty salty. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit just for a few minutes and then I'm gonna jar it up. So stay tuned. Okay, I have let this cabbage just sit on the counter for, I don't know, about 30 or 45 minutes. And you can see, I've started packing one jar, but you can see in the bottom of this glass dish that there's water. Okay, and I actually added just a dab of purified drinking water just to kind of help it along. So I'm gonna pack these jars. Let me finish packing this one. And I'm gonna leave about, I don't know, an inch at the top, because I think as this ferments, I want to try to keep it under the liquid. And I'm going to do mine probably about a week because I like some texture. So I'm going to tear this cabbage leaf where I can stuff it down in there. And keep it down under the liquid. And then I'm gonna check this every day, and I'm gonna loosen the screw top on it and kind of let the gases out. And I'll put a date on the top of this as to when I did it. But that will be some delicious sauerkraut. Let's see how many I can get with just one head of cabbage. My hand doesn't fit all the way down in that jar. I might get stuck. That could be funny, right? So it looks like about 2 per head. And that was a pretty big head of cabbage. Okay, and I'm gonna ladle up this salty water. And put it in there. I don't want to waste any of these goodies. Oop. There we go. That's looking good. Okay, let me get a little piece of cabbage leaf again. Stuff it down in the top, because I do want to keep that underneath that water that it's created. Great recipe for a quiet afternoon when you're relaxing the body down and you got a head of cabbage that you don't want to go bad. Sauerkraut, y'all. That's what I'm making in my kitchen today. Good for your gut, healthy, good choice. See y'all. Share, like, and comment if you love this. And we'll see you soon. Thanks for following the page. Hey y'all, cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. Listen, I've got Dad in the kitchen. Daddy, step over here just a little bit because they love seeing you. And Daddy, I made this sauerkraut.
Yeah.
So we're going to open one and taste it. Okay?
Okay.
I've already done this one time today, but you take the lid off. See the bubbles?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Smell. See the fermentation?
Yeah.
I mean, smell the fermentation?
Mm-hmm.
I got to decide if I'm going to like it better at 3 days of fermentation, or I might want to go a week. You know? You know, our cousins in Pennsylvania make their own kraut.
Do they?
Mm-hmm. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. Here's your fork. I'm going to just take this leaf off. Let's set it right there. And then
you can eat it.
Yeah, let's just see what it tastes like. Get you a little bit. Put your hand under it. There you go. What do you think?
It seems like it's too.
It's too crunchy, isn't it?
Yeah, because sauerkraut is.
It needs to be a little more flimsy.
Yeah.
All right, that helps me out. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this back over it because this weights it down. Because you want to keep your cabbage underneath the water.
You want to keep the cabbage underneath the water.
See? Can you see there?
Yeah, I do.
I'm gonna hold it up for the viewers. We want to keep the cabbage underneath the water, otherwise it may rot on the top.
Yeah, okay.
Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna do that. We'll let it go for another 3 or 4 days. That means you gotta come back and taste it again, okay?
All right.
All right, y'all, cabbage. Great way to use cabbage. Just put it in the sink there, Daddy. Thank you. For fermentation and for sauerkraut that we can eat later. And I love it with these.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or like the turkey kind or whatever. But I love it with kielbasa, beef brats. I would eat it on a hot dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, y'all, that's what we got going on today. We'll see you soon. Daddy, tell them bye.
Bye.